It is time, my friends, that we host the very first custom stage review. Let's begin with our first stage. As we enter the mysterious world of shared content. Wow. So in my Discord, I allowed people to submit stages for this video. So we will start with the first stage that is from Mustard. The categories for this, as I explained in the submissions video, how much of a meme it is, the playability of this stage, and the looks of this stage. Those are all out of 10 points for a total of 30 points. So let's start off with Mustards. Already? Okay, so this basically just reminds me of pinball, pretty much. That's exactly what I think it is. Or like, it's not very playable, I will say that right now. So it's not something that I feel like you're necessarily going to get a lot of playability out of, because you literally can't get KOs in here. Like, it's literally, you have to go through the portal, which you can't even get back. I just want to get to that portal. Okay, so my first thoughts about the stage, it's not playable enough for it to be like, I feel like a playable stage. The looks of it definitely gives it some points and some memes. I mean, I don't see much meme material in this. I guess the name is, the most meme material I see, because there's not really a lot that you could meme with this. It's basically pinball, but with the scoring. The playability, it is almost impossible. I would say that, like. So I'm gonna give this, the playability, a 0 out of 10. I know it's not a very good score, but just the playability of this stage is just not a lot. You can't really play on this stage, which definitely brings it down in points. I like the looks of the stage. I mean, you at least go for that pinball kind of way. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So this stage for memes, there's not a lot of meme material, I feel like. I feel like it's just more of a funny stage. That's just something for, like, a joke or something. So I don't necessarily think this is necessarily a great stage. But as of the meme material, I mean, the portals are definitely, I would say, some good meme material. You really can't get out unless, like, you do, like, just get pretty lucky. But I'm going to give them a 2 out of 10 for memes, which gives Mustard a final score of 8 out of 30. That will probably not win you this, but we will move on to the next person. All right, so the name of the stage is Agitated Period 7. So the Yoshi eggs, they definitely are good. I'm going to say that. It's really just only Yoshi eggs. Like, besides the cannons. Other than that, there's really not a lot that's on this stage, if I'm being honest. So, for the playability of this stage, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. You can at least, you can at least get KOs on this stage, but still, like, I mean, I guess the cannons help a little bit. Are there cannons on this side? No. Yeah, so that's the issue. I feel like a 3 out of 10. It's a playable stage, but to an extent. For the looks of the stage, I have to give credit to Yoshi. You at least did well with with the looks of the stage. I mean, Yoshi eggs. The Yoshi eggs do look good. I'm going to give this stage a 5 out of 10 with the Yoshi eggs. There just isn't a lot going on, honestly, with the stage. It just feels more just like Yoshi eggs. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for the looks. Now, the memes of this stage, all I have to say is, I mean, Yoshi, I feel like this song already is just a meme of itself. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 for the memes part of it. So in total, Yoshi gets a score of a 12 out of 30. So at least, so it's right now in first place, while Mustard is in second. Let's move on to the next stage. Just the looks of this stage, I don't know. We'll see. I'm already just gonna say this. I don't think this is a playable stage at all. You can't get KOs, and that is the main issue, and that's what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness. So, with the playability of this stage, I'm gonna rate it. I'm not gonna give it a 0 out of 10 only because that's kind of on the same level as Mustard stage, and that was really, you can't play on that stage. With this stage, you can at least play on it to an extent with stamina battle, like to its like purpose, but with actual stocks, you can't. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10 for playability. Looks of the stage, I do have to give Josh some credit with this. He at least put it looks like he put in effort, and he made a decent looking stage, as I completely messed up there, but that's not the point. The looks of the stage, I'm gonna give Josh a 7 out of 10. It's a decent looking stage, I will say. The memes part of this stage, I guess the only part of it would be Last Surprise. There is not really a lot of memes going on here, which is why I'm only giving it a 1 out of 10, just because there's just only Last Surprise. So with the score of a 10 out of 30, Josh is placed in second place, just behind Yoshi by 2 points. So Yoshi is still in the lead by 2 points. Let's move on to the next stage. All right, so we have an Among Us stage by Homeboy. Let's do these. All right, so already the playability of this stage is good. It's kind of basically Final Destination in a way. No platforms, and then has the beautiful Among Us background. First is the playability of the stage, and already, I mean, it's Final Destination, like I said before. Therefore, I would say I'm gonna give it here an 8 out of 10. You're at least able to play on this stage like a normal stage to be able to get KOs on, which is why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 for the playability category. So this stage, I'm gonna be giving this an 8 out of 10. I feel like this is a solid stage. So with the memes of this stage, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I feel like there's just not enough memes, but I mean, there is Among Us. Now it is time for the overall score, and Homeboy has the lead right now with a score of 23 points out of 30. So let's move on to the next stage. All right, so the next stage is from the one, the only, Scaff. I really like how Scaff put the pipes, but had portals. That's definitely a very good addition to this stage, and should help out with points. I think I like Homeboy stage better, as in playability, but this stage isn't bad either. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 in the playability category. So with the looks of the stage, I mean, it's a Mario stage. So the pipes going from one to another is definitely a very great addition, and it adds a lot of detail to this stage, which is why I'm gonna give it the highest score in the looks category, a 9 out of 10. It's just not a lot of memes going on in this stage, if I'm going to be completely honest, which is why I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 for the memes category. So, with a final score of 19 out of 30, Scaff is in second place behind Homeboy. So Homeboy still has the... So the next stage is from Squid, and already it's Bowser's Castle, and it looks really good. Well, let's get on to the stage. Is this going to be a really good stage? Let's find out. All right, so the music definitely goes along with this stage, which I really like. The playability, this is definitely a playable stage. I take that back in a way. You can't get KO'd from the ground, which is definitely going to take... What does this do? a lot of potential for this stage. I really like it, but let's get on to the scoring. So with the playability of this stage, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. The looks of the stage, though, on the other hand, is absolutely amazing. It really represents Bowser's Castle. I am going to give this a 9 out of 10 as well, similar to what we gave the Mario stage. For the memes, a lot of stages have had a tough time really getting a good score. Maybe it's just because I'm just a tough judge. Well, like, the memes, there isn't really a lot of memes. I guess the only meme you can have is Bowser's Castle, which I feel like is a little bit more of a meme than what Scaff made, which is why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. With a score of 20 out of 30, Squid Stage is now in second, just 1 point ahead of Scaff. All right, so let's move on to the next stage. Yeah, this is just not a very playable stage, if I'm going to be completely honest. The ability of this stage, I'm going to give it a 0 out of 10. It's not playable at, like, you can't really do a lot with as of playability. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 for the looks. The memes of this stage, honestly, is, I guess, the only thing that I can think of is the, like, the stage turning. I'm only gonna give it a 1 out of 10 for the memes category. So, yeah. Oh, with a score of 3 out of 30. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but let's move on to the next stage. Alright, so this stage is by Samuel. So the playability of this stage necessarily is not... It's playable, but, like, you can't... Like, the KO range, like, the death zones are really, like, extremely close. With the playability of this stage was not... is playable, but to an extent. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. It's just very... the actual stage part is just way too big. And then also the death zone being extremely close to right to the ledge is definitely another con to this stage. For the looks of the stage, it looks decent. It's not a terrible looking stage, so it's not bad at any means. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. There just isn't a lot going on with this stage, honestly, which is why I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10. So with the memes, there just isn't any memes, honestly, which is why I'm giving it a 0 out of 10 in the memes category. Now for the final score of Samuel will receive a 9 out of 30. The music, the background, how do you use the vent gimmick? Oh. Okay, that is really cool. Okay. Already, the looks of this stage is absolutely amazing. There is a lot of detail. This might be in first place, but we have to go and see what the scoring looks like for Evan's stage. So with the playability of this stage, I mean, it's a very playable stage. The one thing is the whole vent gimmick. I don't think a lot of people would like that, as well with this part being pretty much blocked off. I don't really like that, which is why I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 for this. The looks of the stage, do I really need to explain? This is a 10 out of 10. Now the memes of this stage gets a 1 out of 10. I'm just kidding. This is a 10 out of 10. The Among Us, it has so much Among Us representation to it that if it wasn't a 10 out of 10, I don't know what would be a 10 out of 10, which is why this is receiving a 10 out of 10 in the memes category. Now, in the total points, Evan's total points for this stage is a 28 out of 30, which places Evan in first place. That is going to be extremely difficult to beat, but this is an amazing stage. Let's go on to the next stage. Alright, so the next stage is by YouTube Social HD2. That is his YouTube name. But let's get on to this stage. Okay, my first thoughts on the stage, it just... Can you even climb on these? Oh, you can. Okay. This stage, the playability isn't terrible. I'm not gonna give them that. So, with the scoring for this stage, I think this is a pretty playable stage. Honestly, a 5 out of 10 would be a very good score. So for the looks of the stage, it's an okay looking stage. I'm gonna give JP that. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The memes of the stage, it doesn't really have memes, honestly, which does lose it a ton of points. Which is why I'm going to give it, I have to sadly give it a 0 out of 10. Just no memes for this stage. So with a score of 11 out of 30, JP does get past Josh's score. But yeah, let's move on to our final stage of the video. Alright, so the last stage of the video is from Logan. So, with the playability of this stage, once again, similar to Samuel's stage, it's just a huge stage, honestly. Which is why it's not going to get a lot of points with the playability, just basically because the blast zones are so close. Can I kill from right here? Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Let's get on to the final scoring of custom stage review. With the playability of this stage, it's just like Samuel's. It's just not as big of a playability of a stage. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 like I gave Samuel's. It's just more of, you just really can't play on it, honestly. It's just way too big of a stage. The looks of the stage, though, is a different story. Kirby in the background, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna be giving this stage a 9 out of 10 on the looks. Now, the last category is the memes. And I feel like there's a lot of memes going on for this. Kirby and the music, I feel like just are memes of themselves. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Though, I feel like it's just mainly only Kirby and the music. Logan's final score is a 21 out of 30. Which places Logan in third place, just behind of Homeboy of 23 to 30, or 23 out of 30 for Homeboy and 21 out of 30 for Logan. But let's now get into and reveal the winner of Custom Stage Review 1. So the winner of Custom Stage Review number 1 was Evan, with a score of 28 out of 30. And this was just an amazing stage, and definitely deserves to be the winner of Custom Stage Review number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like in the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.